Hey, it's show 19, that was Sapphire, and this is a very special year. Yep, our dear little PC Engine is now 20 years old. In in celebration, I've got something planned a little later in the show. But in the meantime, open up a beer, sit back, and enjoy the absolute classic theme of Space Harrier. There's been a bit of discussion about Space Harrier on the boards lately, and it's showing just how popular this game is, from the arcade to the home versions. One of the biggest letdowns of the engine conversion is the lack of a proper checkerboard floor, and there's no good reason why it couldn't have been done, especially as the Sega Master System pulled it off quite successfully, and that was just using colour cycling, which is what the engine uses. Another flaw is that, as you heard, those ropey NEC Avenue drum beats. A few drum samples would have made all the difference, but you can't keep a good tune down, and the music is great however you present it. And speaking of good tunes, here's a belter from Hellfire S. Now, to mark this important birthday year, I've set my giant supercomputer, the Ordonodon 2000, the task of researching the history of the PC Engine. He's been processing the data for the last few weeks now, and is about ready to start. Let's just turn him on.
Greetings, I am the Ordonodon 2000. Please state your query.
I would like Chapter 1 of the history of the PC Engine, please. Do you have it ready?
Yes, indeed I do.
Well, I'm very impressed. Remind me to double your RAM later on as a gift for all your hard work.
Oh, I don't know if I can ramp up. I don't know about that, but thank you anyway. Well, maybe just a little upgrade. That'd be great.
Just think, now you'll have a whole meg to think with.
Oh?
Anything else I can do for you while I'm here?
My expansion port is itchy.
Oh, right then. Right, which one is it?
No, not that one. The other one.
No,
the DB9.
is that it?
Get your pinky out of my COM port.
How about that one?
There, that's better.
Right, that's enough of that.
Chapter 1. The Beginning.
In 1987, the PC Engine was created in Japan as NEC's vehicle to bring it into the home console arena. The major contender in that field at the time was Nintendo with its Famicom system. The Famicom really was the system to initiate the explosion of the home video game console market in Japan, followed by North America. The Famicom, Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES, as it was well known in North America, had brilliant sales and showed the other guys that this particular business venture could be made quite profitable. NEC, a big-time electronics manufacturer, decided they wanted a piece of the pie as well. The PC Engine contained technology that blew away the competition. Two 8-bit CPUs, which effectively act as a more efficient 16-bit CPU, a 16-bit GPU capable of displaying 482 simultaneous colors, something which the newer Sega Mega Drive and Nintendo Super Famicom never matched. 6 kilobytes more RAM, a port on the back of the system which allowed for future upgrades, and 6-layer stereo sound as opposed to the Famicom's mono. The PC Engine made use of tiny cartridges called HuCards, small credit card-sized devices that could hold an astonishing amount of data. The Sega Master System also had this capability, but games made specifically for it were small in number. The PC Engine only had one built-in controller port which allowed for its tiny size. The PC Engine itself wasn't much larger than 2 of NES game cartridges stacked on top of each other. Purchased separately was a 5-port multi-tap that let 5 players play at once. The PC Engine was a tiny system with tiny cartridges that raked in big sales. NEC's first system was a great success in Japan, outselling the Famicom in its very first year. Because NEC was living large as the top manufacturer of home game consoles in that country, albeit for a short period of time, they decided to bring the system to the biggest potential market on the planet in 1989, North America, or specifically the United States.
To be continued.
Thank you for that. Brilliantly composed, I must say.
It was my pleasure. I look forward to providing a continued service to you and to listeners of this podcast. I welcome the opportunity to make use of my vocal subprocessors and to access my vast database.
Yeah, whatever. Well, after all those facts, what better to wash them down with than a cool glass of Ys 4? So, 1987, the year the PC Engine was born. And also the year that Kato-chan Ken-chan was released, which is more commonly known in the West as Chan and Chan, or JJ and Jeff if you count the modified US version. Based on a duo of Japanese comedians who were popular at the time, it's a quite thinly disguised rip-off of the original Wonder Boy game. It uses many of the same gameplay elements, like a slowly ticking health meter with fruit collectibles to top it up, fast-paced platforming, short levels, and even Up in the Clouds bonus stages. One major difference is that where in Wonder Boy you could destroy your enemies with an almighty hatchet of doom or something, in Chan-a-chan you have to defend yourself with just a short range kick and a slightly longer range but very powerful bottom burp. The kick is pretty useless in most situations, however by strategically booting certain bits of background you can get coins, platforms and other such goodies. Also, another original element is the ability to go into the frequent doors on your journey, which either allow you to play a one-armed bandit or replenish your health. Graphically, the game stood out in its time. The large sprites with big heads moved fast and smooth, with no clash or flicker, and the visual comedy element had a certain uniqueness. Very few reviews could finish without at least a mention of the guy taking a leak up a lamppost, or laying cable behind a bush. The backgrounds, unfortunately, were always fairly dull and quite repetitive. Chan and Chan was one of my first games for the engine, and I got my money's worth out of it, I think. But I never quite felt that it could match the original Wonder Boy in pure enjoyment, and it was also later surpassed by Hudson's New Adventure Island. But if you want a fast-paced, reflex-testing platformer, then it's certainly worth a look. Well, just a few quick points before I go. Firstly, the answer to last time's Guess That Sound was Atomic RoboKid Special. It's a sound when you get an extra life by collecting those odd white things on the first level. Also, if you want to chat about the engine, be sure to visit the PC Engine FX forums, where there's loads of really friendly people and guts. A recent topic has been a minor debate on which tune is better in Alien Crush, which is Lunar Eclipse, of course! And if you're lucky, I'll play them next time, just to show you. Kiranu also mentions in a thread that Space Fantasy Zone is an underrated game. Underrated?
I don't think so, Tim.
Yeah, you tell him, Al. Next episode we'll have more great tunes and more history of the PC Engine. So make sure you listen in. I shall leave you now with a track from Brandish.
PCNG.co.uk